Alrighty then, welcome back, gamers. We are playing Hardened Scales, as you might have expected if you're clicking this on YouTube. Welcome. Last time we played, we did pretty well for ourselves. We got a 3-2 and 4-1, very close to the trophy. Got kinda destroyed by Living End in the end there, but we mulliganed to 5 and just couldn't do it. So yeah, I think that X well position, obviously matchups matter and sideboard stuff matters. The metagame is interesting. Rakdos scam is still at 14%. Looks like they miss Fury not as much as they thought they would, which is good. I like the matchup. Rhinos and Living End are still like hard matchups, but totally doable. Today I want to try out a small switch in the sideboard. Void Mirror works as well against the Cascade decks as Jailer does, but the upside is they can't Force of Vigor it, or at least not pitch cast Force of Vigor it, so we're gonna make that switch. Jailer is good against some other strategies like Dredge, or you can play it versus Burn too as blocker and shut down their suspend cards, but we usually do fine in those, or you don't see Dredge much anyway, so we're gonna try that. I also got another Chalice out of a treasure chest, but I'm not sure. Some gamers drop the dismembers, which I really don't love. Yeah, what's up, Socks? Some gamers have the second gemstone in the main deck, but I also hate that. I hate drawing that, especially when you're like on the play or whatever. But of course the upside is also there. But we're just gonna try it like this today and see how it goes. Let's just play a modern league. Maybe make some switches if something feels off. I saw Dingo today. You know, modern streamer Young Dingo playing 0 Ancient Stirrings. That is kind of interesting. He said it's the weakest card in the deck and it feels too clunky. Honestly, I think it's good, especially of course, it has its ups and downs. Sometimes you have to spend an extra mana to do your thing. But if you top deck it in the late game, it's just very, very good. You find a good card off of it every time almost. And there are situations where you really need a ballista to kill, say, a Void Walker, you really need a card. And then with Stirrings, your top deck potential just increases, because Stirrings for whatever you need is a chance, another chance to draw your thing that you need. Find it with the Saga in the matchups where it's good, that kind of stuff. Anyway, I still like it. Some gamers drop it down to 3. I've also seen only 3 Hangerback Walkers in the main deck. I can't bring myself to do that. I love it, especially in the grindy matchups. Also sort of a meta call, I guess. Like, game has the Void Walker where it's bad, and then in some matchups it's just also too slow. But anyway, all that being said, this is how we're gonna do it today. We are on the play against land 987. Let's see what happens. We got 2 lands. We got aforementioned Ancient Stirrings. Drum, Cauldron, Patchwork looks pretty good. Cauldron has been absolutely insane. I'm gonna just play Pathway for green into Ancient Stirrings, because the Steeps really makes us want to draw. You know, it's a Saga, right? One of these days I'm gonna misclick on the dual face land. Okay. Guess we take a Ravager. We could also take a land, but we have Drum. So we can next turn, I guess we go Patchwork, and then we never draw a land. It's a bit sketchy, but we can still play Drum into Cauldron. And if we do draw lands, then taking a spell here is of course great. Certain matchups you'd want the second Patchwork, but Ravager pairs well with the Cauldron, of course. Let's see what land 987's got for us. Yeah, it's actually not really a late night stream. It's 6 in the morning, so sun is gonna come up soon, but I closed the blinds because otherwise you wouldn't see me anymore. And we apparently do have Scam over there. Opponent has a Nimble Pilferer on their first turn of the game. We have Forests, that's good. That is okay. I'm still gonna play this Patchwork. And then I can decide if I want to block or grow it, but it's probably a good idea to just grow it and take a Ragavan hit. Opponent doesn't do the slow roll land thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the hit. Ramping them, of course, isn't great, but this Patrick has a lot of value in this matchup. Maybe they kill it. Oh, they found the Ballista. I kind of wanted that, honestly. They might go board and pay for the ward. We'll see what they do. Looks like Voidwalker is incoming. Or they just cast the Ballista, okay. Does your hand suck so much? I mean, pinging stuff is pretty sick against Hardened scales, honestly. Okay. We have essentially 4 mana here casting the drum. So I'm gonna play this just untapped. Probably start off with Ozolith. Oh, nah. I want to cast drums, a buzz, and another 2-drop. It's a little bit awkward, because you do want the Ozolith down in the face of potential removal. Like, this can ping something, so I guess I don't want to drop the Ravager. It's not before the Ozolith. I mean, I can always then sacrifice the drum. I don't want to really tap this to make mana is the thing. So this is kind of awkward here. And this Ballista would have been sick with Cauldron. So I can drop the Ravager and then cast Ozolith, but they probably ping it, and then I guess I can just sacrifice my drum. Alright, let's do that. If they have like Bolt or something, it might be annoying. Not the end of the world though. Gonna cash in that Ballista. It essentially kills my drum. Okay, that's fine. See if they have another removal spell too, before this Ozolith resolves. Looks like no, that's pretty good for us. Like, we got rid of the Ballista they got for free, just by sacking the drum and give Ravager a counter. And there's the Voidwalker. That's annoying. Wait, the Ballista... Oh, I just realized the Ballista went to our own graveyard, so opponent did us a big favor, actually. Don't know why I didn't think about that. So we can still play Cauldron and make everything into a Ballista and snipe down these Voidwalkers. That's insane, honestly. Maybe even kill them. 17 is one of the numbers ever. Love it. Scale is so good nowadays. This card. So they have no mana. Let's see what we can do here. Actually, should have cast Sabaz and then put this counter onto it, because then we can do some more stuff. I think we just win here though. We'd have to kill both Dorothy's. So we cast this. We would have to use 4 counters to kill both these, and then another one to kill the Regavan so they can't block us. So let's say Patrick goes to no counters. But we're free to use Modular, then sacrifice Sabaz. Ravager is on 5, Ozolith on 1. Yeah, definitely lethal. Love it. Because remember, everything is a Ballista. I could have had even more, but... the turn of events where the opponent's free card from Regavan ends up killing them. Isn't that absolutely awesome? Opponent's done. That is so good. So this is why I love my dismembers still. The Void Walker is just so annoying. We're gonna bring in anything else. Man, that was good. You can side out these stirrings sometimes, but I still like having them in the deck. Is anything bad against Scam? You could take out Cauldron. Obviously it's insane, but you don't want to draw multiples really, and in the face of Void Walker it's not that good. Which is also true though for Zabaz and Walker. So I'm not really sure. Do we want to bring in like Haywire Might to kill a potential Blood Moon or whatnot? Maybe. Yeah, that was so funny. Ends up biting them in the ass. I'll bring in another Might over his Stirrings just in case I want to kill something annoying. They have Blood Moons, and if we draw a lot of Wood Sagas, we can maybe also draw the Haywire Might and destroy that. That was actually one of the funnier games against Scam. Maybe I'm gonna do a highlight thing about that. Alright, that's looking pretty good. No removal for a Void Walker, but we have the Gemstone pre-game action. Hard choice, honestly, what to exile. Could just exile the Bosecho and hope to draw. Like, getting stuck on 2 mana is kinda bad. Still gonna do it. We have our green mana of the Gemstone. Obviously, Bosecho also an answer to potential annoying enchantments, but it's not like we need it. Another Ragavan start? Sure. Might cash the Wilding Giant for a block. Okay, we find land, so my decisions were pretty good. Yeah, I just cast everything. I don't have a patchwork. What also kinda doesn't matter since the opponent's tapped out. We're down real low on cards, but you know, the top of our deck can be nice to us, hopefully. We block this Pilferer. Would be kinda annoying if they get it back with a counter. What do you guys think? Should we block and regenerate or not? I'm gonna do it. They probably have a not dead after all type effect. Which means they have a 3-2 Ragavan then, which is kind of annoying. Oh, Lightning Bolt. Okay. Sort of a 2-for-1. We at least get not have the block and the Ozolith counter. So that's something. Still pretty annoying. Should you not do that because opponent plays removal? I don't know. Okay. So for now we're not doing much, but could play this out, could attack for 2-3 in fact. Let's do that. If they have another removal spell, it's pretty annoying, but you can't really do much about that, honestly. Yeah. If we draw a land, we can make it 5 in fact, or block Castle Lock Thwain. Is that like a mainstay in this game now? It's a pretty cool card. Watch them drop the One Ring, my most hated card of all time. Okay, I didn't really want to draw that. At 4 mana. Sheoldred, the Apocalypse. Not that relevant if you wanna kill on Infect. Walker. Yo, Raid. What's up, Raiders? What's up, Pinit? What's up, Crack? Thank you so much for raiding. Alright, so, Pro-Momento. So we drop the Walker. Now, if it enters with 2, we can block 2 counters on Ozolith. If we draw the land, we already have lethal. We do get TIGHTEST too. Depends what the opponent has, of course. Removal for Inkmoth ruins our plans. Good morning, Crackshot. Just gonna block that. Thank you so much for the sub and the raid, Finite. How you doing? Did you draft some Vintage Cube? We just started, so you guys are right in time. It's like a shift switch between Finite and me. Won a quick one against Scam in the first round or first game of the night today. It's still dark outside, but not for long. Next match, sun will come up. Alright, opponent, what you got? Just tap out. We draw land and kill ya. Is that a deal? Like the Leo Vol thing deal? Played Theros block and got dumpstered. That is awesome. I've never... Okay, what you got? Blood Moon or Fable? Alright, land for the kill. Opponent's dead if we draw land. If we don't draw land, we have them at 9 in fact. Come on, land. Never wanted to draw land more than right now. Alright, got him. That is amazing. Could they have anything for 0 mana? Probably not. Oh, I like how it doesn't group the next die. Any flyers in chat? You know what? We might just kill you, opponent. Ozolith, Hardened Scales, Cauldron, and the land for the kill. That's 8 in fact, and you're at 3. Yo, that was a quick one versus Scam. They kind of didn't do anything. These kind of clunky cards just lose you the game if you have not enough interaction. That was awesome. Let's do that again, please. See you next round. Okay, welcome back. We have ourselves a keep here against Magic Tonga. Seems like I recognize that name, but it's for sure one of those hands where these stirrings might be a bit clunky, but I think it's fine. At Grief, Misty, what's happening here? A little bit too early in the morning for a cold one, so I'm having a sugary one instead. Hand's kind of grief proof. Cauldron, good choice. Okay, it's Living End, right? Another one of the matchups where I'm generally favored. But it's been going both ways lately, so we'll see. Our best card in the matchup is there he is, the Ravager. I think I'll just take that. I just want that either in graveyard or hand. Either in graveyard or play. We have another Stirrings, in case we wanna find a land. Because this allows you to like sack your board and then get it back. Obviously they took our other best card, because Living End gets Thought Seizes now. That's how Magic works in current year. Land draw was pretty sick. Maybe I should even have already cast the Saga so I can get an Ozolith next turn. That could have been a mistake. Because Ozolith is another one of the things you really want to have around. Actually, I wanted to cast Stirrings, right, so... Subtlety. Yeah, that's not where I want the Ravager to be on top of the deck, but... I think it's fine. Try again next turn. Let's see. Oh, they're not cycling anything, so they're also kind of on a slow draw. There's a cycler, just top decked that. So hand is 2 not cycling creatures, no lands. This could be a doable game, honestly. They want a red or a green, so it doesn't really matter. I guess red might be better. Constructs are not doing anything in the matchup, so I'm just doing it this way. Okay. What if I cast the Stirrings first? Then I could have dropped my Nexus. I could take the Cauldron. If they don't draw the land, we can start exiling the graveyard. Well, let's do that. Street Wraith cycled. They must have been the top deck. Do you find land? What makes this a good matchup? Normally, the fact that I also have some stuff that happens when they living end me. Like if I have a board and a Ravager, I can just put everything in the graveyard and then everything comes back. If I have an Ozolith, I even get my counters still. Maybe I should have done Stirrings into Cauldron, so I could have exiled something already. Kinda unfair that Living End gets grief now. Yeah, I should have maybe still produced the Saga on the first turn, because then I would have an Ozolith, but it would only have been 1 counter. Anyway, this game's not over, because our deck is one of the good decks of the game. We'll see if we can do something here. Opponent has what? They don't have the insane cards, the big ones, or the red elephant or whatever it is, and the 7/7 in blue. So it's not like this is over. 3 mana. Can't really cast that much stuff. How much power do they have? How much do we need to block? It's like 16 power. If they attack all, maybe we can kill him on the backswing. So we might want the Ballista in play. Do we need to block something? We could just take the damage. With lethal then on the backswing. Kind of probably missing a little bit. Depends. I think it's the best play though. Like Walker could block something, but then we don't have Ballista in play for the attack. Sadly, we didn't have another land drop here to cast another 2-drop. That would have made it a lot easier. Or a lot more likely that we can pull something out. Not attacking all is kind of smart. So this is like 14 damage. Whatever. If we can find a land and cast both our things, we might be able to kill them. It's a land cycler. Okay. That doesn't do much. Well, they could still cast what for 3 mana. So they have any more interaction. Maybe a Boseiju, that would probably be the final nail in the coffin. At land, maybe? Patchwork. I think we're probably dead then. So we can't really double spell or anything. We could still try to block our way out of it for a turn, but that seems hard. Walker is an Ozolith counter and 2 Ravager counters. So then we can sack the drum, Ravager goes to 4. So we can make a 10/10 Ballista. They might survive at 1 then. Is that real life? Is that what we're doing? If we had one more land instead of this patchwork, you could cast both, and then it would be easy. Like, Ravager goes to 4 counters, which makes Ballista 10-10. We kill the agent, and then opponent, then we can deal 16 damage. That kind of sucks. Usually Living End takes more damage from their mana base. So in that regard, they had a good draw, I guess. Cast Patchwork and then Walker for 0 doesn't really help. That's actually worse. It's pretty tight. Even just having 4 mana to cast Walker on 2 would seal the deal. It's possible, of course, they have like Subtlety, blue card, but let's see what happens if we do this. Maybe the play was to turn and cast the Ravager for the second time. Instead cast Stirrings first and then the Cauldron that we found. I didn't really consider finding Cauldron off of the Stirrings. So usually I count these things correctly. Let's see. Yeah, we're one shot. Maybe they have a Boss Echo and it's meaningless anyway. Yeah, we get the Ballista to 10, then it goes to 8. And we can attack for 8 and ping for 8 and they go to 1. That's kind of hilarious. We could of course try to kill some stuff, but that doesn't really win you the game. And we're at 4, so it's probably not happening. The attack, I'll just take everything. We could block that and then things, but that doesn't win us the game, unfortunately. Probably some different sequencing in the early game would have helped, but and we have 2 mirrors, a chalice. Relic's like okay. Cage does not help. And then maybe a Might to destroy a potential Leyline of the Void. The problem is, like, generally I like the matchup, but when they have the Leyline of the Void after sideboarding, we were really screwed. Because we have also our sideboard cards, so that's that. I think I sideboard like this. And the jars are fine, they have like Force of Vigor and Foundation Breaker. So you could take out something else. Like Ballista and Patchwork are not amazing, honestly. Especially Patchwork, if they Living End is just doesn't do anything. Could also play like Safekeeping, but Char probably better. I'm still happy though that we found for our first 2 matches already 2 matchups I like. The only stuff that really annoys me is those Solitude decks and those the 1 ring decks, especially ring plus Karen decks. Either the like Tron or Mono Black, it's basically the same deck anyway. Just make a lot of mana, cast Counter Great Creator in the 1 ring and you can never lose. It's literally the same strategy. And funny enough, like Mono Black was lower than Tron, but these days Tron has opted to optimize a little bit less on the turn 3 Tron plays and instead add some interaction and grindy elements with the sagas. I've seen this with 40 members in the main deck. a kind of deal. Then you can keep more hands and just play a little bit of a slower game. I'll keep this. Let's see if they have the ley line. Miles to 6. Yeah, we got the land draw one time and weaved it one time. Like, can't even be really too mad, right? Okay, might just take the mirror. They probably have some sort of answer, but they mulliganed, and I guess we're just gonna find out. Scales because of the balance. The most balanced deck in Magic the Gathering. Any grief boss? Okay, no grief. Nice. We have this. We can actually just cast something else, because they can never do Living End before. Oh, wow, that's funny. They saw the, I would never concede like that. Maybe they are like in a hurry or whatnot, but like, I wasn't gonna cast a mirror, so they could still top deck a grief and take it out of my hand. Because I want to get something down while I still don't have to cast a mirror yet. People concede a little bit too aggressively, in my opinion. Play this over. I guess we don't really need the core in the matchup. Thieves is also not amazing, but that was funny though. 0 stirrings. Yeah, I don't like it, but okay, this is Ozolith and Ravager are some of my favorite cards in the matchup. I could also try to find some more hate. I'll try it. That's the ley line. I guess Ozolith helps there. We have one Haywire Might to kill that. Ozolith is your only card that does anything through a void effect, because it says leaves the battlefield. Now here's a quiz question while we let the opponent do their turn. We gotta pass faster. Okay. So, Hushbringer. Creatures entering the battlefield or dying don't cause abilities to trigger. Does it stop Ozolith or does it not stop Ozolith? What's the answer, chat? Wow, they have a lot of stuff. Give me a graveyard hate piece. Like, give me my relic. Or one of the other cards, anything really. Okay, we're probably losing this, but let's play it out. Ravager doesn't really do much through Leyline of the Void, unfortunately. Anyway, it says when a creature dies, the ability doesn't trigger, which means that is actually something that stops the Ozolith, because even if Ozolith writes whenever it leaves, it's still the dying that causes the ability to trigger. Except, of course, if it gets exiled instead. Then it would trigger again if they have Leyline and Hushbringer, which is funny. Fun little useless MTG trivia. Opponent took our Ballista. What was that? That was weird. Well, maybe we can do something. They haven't done the thing yet, but there's a lot of goodies in the graveyard. Sneaky reach card, unfortunately. Usually I'm not as aggressively with sacking my Ozolith if we have another. But I feel like we don't have much choice here anyway. Because now there's a window where I don't have an Ozolith in play, and they could like kill something. Points on 9 life, that's hilarious, honestly. But they have Force of Vigor, unfortunately. Okay. Well, if they only have one card, what if it's not a Cascade card? But it's never not a Cascade card, is it? Land. Fetches, okay. Maybe they just cast a 4-drop. One of the games ever played. I could have sacrificed... Oh my god. This card is Foundation Breaker. Didn't matter. I could have sacrificed the Patchwork to the... Here's the Jelly Star. That's funny. I could have sacrificed the Patchwork to the Ravager to get one more Ozolith counter there. Then I can finish my sentence. Honestly as fuck. That's amazing. I actually shouldn't have done the Yoselift play because they do have answers. Hashbringer stops Yoselift, exactly. Because it's still the dying that causes it to trigger even if Yoselift says whenever it leaves the battlefield. Oh, start nibbling away the graveyard. Take away the sneaky reach card, I guess. We could also leave it up. No, let's get a counter. Do we put it on the Nexus or the Ravager? I guess we try to win as quickly as possible, so we might actually sacrifice something here to the Ravager, like a Nexus, to get it through this breaker. They had 8, so killing with Ravager is more likely, except if they draw a removal spell, but they'll ruin all of my plans anyway. I guess it doesn't actually matter much. Does anything have an ability? Cycling? Cycling. No abilities on the battlefield, really. This does put the breaker in the graveyard if they block, but I think this is the best way to do it. Because now we have a 2-turn kill and they need to top deck an answer. Forest cycling. Opponent. Okay. My turn. Can't quite win right away. We would be able to get a 7/7. I hope they don't find removal. This is the hate versus hate. These sideboard games are always so funny. Everyone stops the other player's game. Okay, opponent casted 2/2, is not allowed to, or is allowed to cast Living End, but probably won't cast it. That's funny. I should have attacked with Nexus too. No reason not to go for the free. Alright, now we got him. You're not stopping me this time, Shardless Agent. Yo, we got him! That was the stupidest game ever. They found the Cascade card too late. We drew out Chalice. Shock Troops. Literal Shock Troops. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Don't even want to know what that means. Don't care. Amazing, we're 2-0, let's go. See you round 3. And we are back on the play against Colette Claw, whatever that means. The new green mana draw. I would be pretty sick with the green source. I don't think I'll mulligan it. We could always hope to top deck it or cycle the Yoselift, but we're still not doing anything turn 1, and casting Naked Ravagers, not really that good of a play. Ooh, this one though. Saga Deeps and run for the green mana. Could even bottom the drum and like find it off with the Saga if we never find the green source. Opponent also mulligans to 6. What do we bottom here? We can play the drum turn 1 and then Walker into Stirrings. So I might just bottom the Nexus. We don't need another land to get the Deeps out in time. The Saga is already in the graveyard. But I guess Stirrings can find one. What up, Scales chats? We're 2-0 is what's up. We've destroyed Scam and Living End, which, as I usually say, are good matchups. Can definitely go. It's not like you always win, but matchups I like to see. What does Colette Claw have for us? What kind of name is that, by the way? Plains. Esber Sentinel. Okay, I see you. Okay, this is actually awkward now. Because now I just used the deeps normally. I should have kept the Nexus. Because I can't play a creature to activate the drum. Whatever. Questions, do I even cast the thing and let them draw a card? Probably yes. But I should have bottomed something else to get more value out of this. Okay. Just take another What's a Saga, right? I don't have a land drop land up anyway. What's a Saga is so fucking good. I've seen people complain they want it restricted in like Vintage, which is kind of crazy, but it's good in every format it's legal in. So you gotta say it, you got a hammer too? And I'm okay. This tapped Walker is kind of sketchy here. This game is very playable, but the sideboards card are so tilting. Yeah, fucking Hidetsugu's games all. So they got an 11-11, but let's see. Would really like to block with the Walker. This drum is really awkward, this game. Maybe I should have just bottomed the drum and then I wouldn't have had green mana. It's kind of an awkward draw, but... So I think I might have to cast a Ravager before the scales. Or even the Ballista. Which is kind of really awkward. But I want to block with this Walker and not any of these cards. So let's do this. If they have a second hammer and go for the Inkmoth kill, we can ping that with the Ballista. Still, we'd lose it, but we'd not lose the game at least. Do I give them a card or do I get a hanger back counter? I think counter is more worthwhile for me. Oh, I would have to pay 11 generic mana, so I can't do that. That's funny. You never remember that it says where it's its power and not just 1 mana. Yeah, Living End is actually the same as Scam. They have some annoying sideboard cards. Mostly Leyline of the Void and then as well as Force of Vigor and Foundation Breaker. Which they had all of those, but they had no action and they lost. That was amazing. If they flash in Shadow Spear, we're dead, but... Actually, no, we're not dead. Because we'd block for 3. Actually, 12 minus 3 is 9, so we would be dead. That's kind of funny. But if they don't have the one of Shadow Spear, well, only the Trample would kill us. Let's see. Got a thing? I'm dead. Yeah! Well, let's play it out, but we take it exactly 9 damage. Sadly, this Ballista doesn't have Infect, so we could... Well, that's really unfortunate that they had the one-off that kills us here, because we probably have a win next turn with Ravager, Ballista, Scales, Odolith. Hammer is a cool matchup. Hard but cool. We have lots of sideboard stuff for it. That's probably it. Can take these out. Some of the more clunky cards, I guess. It's always hard with the patchwork, it's just so good, but sometimes it's too slow and bad top deck. And take out some Stirrings. Of course, it's bad for the green count of Force of Vigor, but we can just get 4 mana and cast that. It's oftentimes a GG. Let's do it this way. Could also play that, of course. Maybe that's a better idea to take out these patchworks, but without Cauldron, they're not doing that much. This hand sucks. The might is right. The might has a lot of might. I'll keep the core. I don't know if they have some sort of removal, but core is good against exiled cards sometimes. And usually you're good with one colored source. Even though we might want red too. Not sure. Yeah, that game was really unlucky, honestly. Like, if they don't have the one-off Shadow Spear in the deck, we don't die, and then we just make the biggest, baddest Ballista ever. Ooh, Ornithopter with Cigadas 8 is scary, but we have a Dismember, so that's that. Question is, do we just cast something? I'll go with yes. They would need like double hammer to win the game, and if that happens, like, so be it. Will Stack ever play Yavimaya? Maybe it already does. No. I think you want some basics, and most of your other utility lands are better. I play 3 forests, just for the old Field of Ruin things and those kind of stuff. But you could, I guess. I've actually never thought about Yavimaya. Because we did 2 hammers, because we can't block and then they can flash it in after we have declared we're not blocking. Like, what I'm talking about is hammer. Actually takes away flying, but with Cigadas 8 you can do that after blockers are declared. Stoneforge a Mystic. Well, now we just need some stuff. We had all the stuff game 1, but we just died. Now we have less stuff, but not no stuff. I think Yavimaya just doesn't matter much. Like, you only need 1 green source, really. Look at, there's 9 green cards in my main deck. I've seen people trim the Stirrings and the Shattered Spire. It's really then just the Hardened scales. Alright, cast Ballista or make a thing. Opponent got the... Wow, that's big. Oh my god, why is it so big? Opponent got the hammer. So we probably have to dismember something, which means I just play the Ballista. Always make sure it says X 1. Sometimes, for no reason at all, it doesn't put your mana into the thing. Well, we attack for 2, I guess. The Buzz is an okay blocker. So they could have, of course, a protection card. Which would mean we take a bunch of damage. And we do have to pay 4 life for a Dismember, and then if they have, what's it called, Search of Salvation. Is that the card where you can give everything you've got hexproof or something like that? Let's Google that. You and permanents you control gain hexproof. The card is actually really good. I'd play that in scales if I didn't have to splash for it. Splashing for it is not the best idea. Stoneforge is also attacking. Interesting. Well, I can't block the Ornithopter. He's behind. That's funny. I'm not gonna block. Because once again, an Ozolith off of Urza's Saga, there's about 6 more value. Colossus Hammer, 8 trigger. Let's see if they have the search. They do have 5 cards, so kinda likely. A couple opponents run Surging Chaos recently and regret it. Oh, really? Yeah, I guess it's better in a... Oh, just second hammer. Wow, with that then. Yeah, sometimes hammer just kills you. I could have blocked, of course, but you never really know what they have. Why is it 16, 17? Oh, we dismembered it, which means we're still actually... We died at 0 twice, isn't that funny? That's fair, at least those matches are cool and fast. Alright, see you round 3. Perfect timing, and we won another die roll. Pretty good on rolling today. We're on the play against Luke Kellett. What's up, Luke? Alright. I keep this hand based on the strength of our Saga. And let's see if we're gonna be rewarded for that or not. Heavily depends on the matchup and their draw. So like as it stands, we casted Ballista for 1 and then make constructs or something like that. Obviously this hand would be sick with a Scales or Ozolith or something like that. For now we just pretend we are playing Hammer Time. Lou Keck Ellet. Can never unsee that now. Keck in the middle of the name. Darkslick show us Thoughtseize. Does that mean mill? Or just blue-black control? Must be one of the two, right? But control decks don't like fast lands usually. Maybe it's a brew. Mill is a hard matchup because Tasha's is so good against us. That is 3 mana exile more than half of my library on average. Yeah. Oh my god. I guess that just happened. Hardened did take away the Ballista. Yeah, let's play Ravager. Let's see if they go Crab into fetch land, mill 6. Okay, something else then, Mutavault. Could be a Grixis deck. Oh, Bowmaster's pretty good here. With our 2 Sagas, we're set up to fight against the control deck, so I like that. I think though I'll still cast my cards now, since they're tapped out. Skip making one of the constructs. Ballista can snipe the Bowmaster back. So not quite sure, blue-black control or Grixis control with Flame of Anno or Mutavault shenanigans. It's gonna pass because now they won't attack me, I guess. My deck doesn't draw any cards, so these... It's still pretty good. Raise the alarm plus ping something. Sometimes I end up cycling the Shattered Spire and they get another ping. Anyway, let's see if they can beat 3 constructs plus 2 cards we get off the Futsu Saga, plus a Ballista, plus a Hardened Scales, plus a Sabaz in hand. Plus whatever our top decks are. Quite a lot of stuff. If they attack, I guess they have another Bowmaster. So it's gotta be it, so I'm not blocking then. Now the Bowmaster isn't great as soon as we have Scales out. If only we didn't draw it a turn late here. Fatal Push. Well, I'm gonna take everything down with me. Do you not have another land opponent? Like, if they did have a land and a Bowmaster, they could respond now and save the Orc Army token. So far, we traded 3 for 3, I guess. It's pretty good for us with Saga shenanigans happening. It's just blue-black control. Kind of confused here. Well, we have some of our best things against mid-range slash control in what's Saga and the Ozolith. Mutavault. Darkslick Shores Island. Still kind of think it's gonna be a blue, like a Grixis deck, because Mutavault is very good with Flame of Anor. Is it Anor or Anor? Oh, it's Faeries. Oh my god, yes. That's awesome. I haven't seen a... I was actually brewing up some Fairy stuff with my bro. We might play that on this very stream soon. Let's see if they have... I'm not gonna block that. Doesn't really matter for now. See if they have an... Okay, they don't have the mana, but you can play Fairy Ninjas, which is kind of funny. Like, bounce that back to your hand is sick. Yeah, Fairy's Prog, I agree. I just didn't expect that because you just never see it these days. I think I'll play the Ballista for 2. Probably better than a Construct. And they don't have counterspell mana. They could have okay, Scolding, but that's it. Casting it for 4 also means no spell snare. But it feels like we're ahead, even though they have 4 cards in hand. Mutavault is an army. Because MS means if you have an army, you put the counter on the existing army and not make a new one. Yeah, that's really interesting. Does it say army or does it say orc? Or does it say both? Do we want to block this? Like, then we might lose our Ballista to another Bowmaster, but in that case we could actually kill them with Inkmoth, which loses to Fatal Push. I think we just chill. Like, these 3 damage aren't gonna be relevant, like, probably at all. I could have killed the Sprite. See what they got. Still on the opponent here to do something, really. I want them to tap out and destroy them with... Oh, sick. With the Zabaz I'm getting off this Saga. Yeah, I'm actually not making another Construct. Opponent only has 3 cards and we're pretty far ahead on the board, really. You only need an army. Okay, interesting. But it does say MS Orcs, which is something they added. Usually when... Well, I don't remember what set it was, but it just said MS, and you got a zombie army, I think. And now they made it so it can actually specify a type. Alright, how deep do we want to go here? Like, we can, of course, kill them, but the question is... What do we play around? I feel like they have another Bowmaster, like, otherwise the Mutavault tech was not bad, was not good. Okay, let's do this... That. I think that's lethal already, if they have nothing, so they gotta move, and then we might do something else in response. War, right. War was above the spark where all the busted planeswalkers, like Teferi and Narset, were printed. And fucking Khan, a great pain in my ass. Can read it. What you got, opponent? Yeah, I wanna unprint the whole War of the Spark set. Or at least the Planeswalkers. They were like, Planeswalkers are getting kind of boring. How about we add static abilities to them? Like, they're permanents, they can have static abilities. And how about we make these static abilities so egregious and annoying that everyone's gonna end up hating those cards? That's a good idea, right? Snapple Caster Mage. That means you're gonna tap out and that means you're probably going to die. Khan, the great pain in the ass, exactly. So they push the Ballista. Now we kill them. We kill them with the ballista or with attacking. Both those things are an option. I think. What's the biggest ballista we can make here? Ravager goes to 4, 6. Actually, not quite. So instead we ping that, so they can't block. Sacrifice it to the Ravager. Get some Ozolith stuff. Module of Fizzles. We can kill them now with Inkmoth or with Construct. Can we kill them with both? I think yes. Maybe not quite. That would be kind of funny. Because Ravager is modular plus Ozolith. Which kill do you prefer? Opponent poisoning or just getting bashed head in by a robot? Robot, you say? Okay. We almost have the double kill. I like not seeing white on the other side, so I'm never scared of solitude. Nice. Dude, we hit only cool matchups today. Not really any pain in my ass yet. Wish I had what's its name? Veil of Summer. Used to play that card in every sideboard of a green deck, but it's not that relevant anymore. Relic. They do have Snapcaster, but that's about it. Could play some safekeepings or some... That's kinda it, really. Probably a good matchup where we don't need to board much. Take that out, I guess, over the K1s. Could even play 24 lands if we wanted to. I think we don't really need to change anything else. I guess they could have Leyline of the Void, so let's just put one Haywire Might. Even though we can totally beat that card. What do you even remove though? Let's not. We just grind through that. It's easy. Plague Engineer. Oh, I hate it when that card was everywhere. Because you play a lot of Legacy and Goblins. And everyone had these Plague Engineers. Honestly though, it was better than before Plague Engineer was printed. Some people used to play Engineered Plague, which is the same thing but on an enchantment. And black-red goblins can never get rid of that. Except nowadays they can. But you wouldn't play that card. I don't remember what it's called. It was like... You can destroy an enchantment and lose life equal to its mana value. Do we keep this hand? I think no. We'd go turn 1 Cauldron, but... We'd have to rely heavily on the top of the deck. Eat the Swarm. Yeah, right. I thought it was something about eating something. I can never remember names anyway. I can barely remember the cards in my own deck. Let's mulligan this. Okay. Little bit sketchy on the green mana. Problem is I want the Stirrings to find what's the Saga because it's so good with deeps. But I also want all the other things. Alright. Like if they kill my Zabaz, I'm not gonna have another green source, so let's put that away. Try to go drum into Sabaz, Scales, Ozolith. Creeping Tar Pit, oh my god, yes, what a cool card. Really rarely seen in Modern these days. Why did it show that creature ability? I can't activate that while I'm paying for a spell. I guess I clicked too fast for Magic Online to realize I'm paying. Any Bitter Blossoms? No. So, okay, this is fine. Let's see if they want to counter this. Like this is... They could have... Maybe I should have cast Ozolith first. Okay, looks like it's Spell Starter. Against Bowmaster, it's better to have Ozolith out. But this works out pretty okay, I would say. Cast the deeps for no value, but yeah, pretty good. We drew the seconds about here. I think Ozolith's better for now to have out, even though they kill this. We can still get green mana off of that. Yeah, let's do that. Always these sequencing decisions. Like, playing that has one upside, but also a downside. We never have a creature, we can never cast our scales. Worst would be Fatal Push and Counterspell, or Fatal Push second sprite. Zabated! You got zabated. Zabated. I actually kinda like the whole standing thing. Probably not gonna do it for too long, but I think it's pretty good for you. Been over an hour already though. Time flies, doesn't it, when you play your favorite deck? Hashtag not sponsored by Austrian energy drink company. If you're watching me though. I actually don't drink a lot of energy drinks. I only have that because my dad got a creative fit for some reason. Alright, there's push. Hopefully not counter my Ravager. We are already very low on resources anyway. Alright, no land for the opponent. Interesting. Best draw ever. Alright, let's just hope it's not Stern Scolding or Spell Snare. Could have animated Nexus to make green. It's Stern Scolding. That sucks. Now I can't do that anymore, so instead we just put a counter on it. Annoying, but we got a Saga now. That card's pretty good. Counters basically all our creatures except, yeah, all of them actually. Bitter Blossom, let's fucking go. Alright, well, we got a plan. What's better? 2000, I don't know, 8 or 9 best card, or 2000, what was it, 21? Spell Piercers. I like having 0 cards in hand and just doing my thing on the board. Fatal Push. Oh shit, I kinda have 6 through that, but would I have regenerated? Maybe. Maybe not. Needle. Okay, what are you needling? Saga probably. Still get my thing though, and can make mana with it. Boomer Blossom, that's funny. Oh, they named Inkmoth. Very interesting. Kinda makes sense, cause there's a counter on it and it's a win condition. Cauldron is one of the cards ever. So I think I want to make a thing, because any spell kinda gets got by spell starter here. So do this while I can, I guess. I should have regenerated. I missed that. No, I did not put the Haywire Might in the deck. That's fine. I get a Glimmer Wasp, which means I do have a sneaky flying blocker here. Dude, I love Creeping Tarpit. Such a sweet card. Probably not amazing in the meta game. Are there still those Field of Ruin decks running around? Orkish Bow Masters. Okay. Yeah, down to 1 card, and well, if they find a land, the top hit can actually become kind of dangerous. The Bitter Blossom, of course, is also pretty good. What's going on? Why are you pausing here? Guess just because. Oh, wow, big attack? No, okay. I'm gonna try the block. It's even better than Sneaky Reach. Any consideration which fairy to block probably doesn't matter. Alright, we still have to somehow get through those defenses at some point. I guess we play the Patchwork as bait. They probably have some sort of counter magic, like another spell starter. Yep. And then we might get the Cauldron off. Honestly, we really want the Ballista going around and round. I guess this can attack. They always just jump block with something, but better than letting the bodies accumulate, which slowly kill us. Or not even that slowly. Oh wow, I take it. Could have made it bigger before damage, but I don't think I should have done that. One is a 10. But they do have a growing number of flying attackers. This Sabasi is doing bonus shifts today. Any land means we take 3 a turn, which is scary. Engineered explosives on 1 is quite scary. That is quite scary. Guess the needle dies and we unlock our Inkmoth. But everything else on their side survives. Or do we regenerate? Maybe the Ozolith. If last card is not a... Oh wow, E02. That's pretty good. Last card is not, indeed not a counter spell. Now they can correct the 0-1 and then later correct the one that's on 1. It does kill all the tokens, right? Okay, this was the one with 1. Why did they play that? It's kind of weird then, but okay. Guess we're clearing the board. Destroy general power land, this was the one with 1 counter. I'm gonna regenerate the Ozolith, I think. Well, we are gonna get a Cauldron down, I guess. If we top deck Ballista, that's even better. We can't modular on the Inkmoth because we can't activate it. Oh, that's fine, I guess. We do get Ozolith plus modular. So we take 5 here. This is kind of funny though, when they crack this, all that remains is Ozolith, Sprite, Bitter Blossom, Bowmaster. We only take 3. I don't know why you wouldn't attack with these, you have more than enough to jump block. Guess if I draw Ballista. Okay, I'm not gonna play that out, I guess. Well, I could. Which means I can regenerate my construct. Yeah, like why not, right? Okay. I might as well attack because either if they don't block, they die, and best it does on defense is blocking one thing anyway. Yeah, we really need a ballista though, otherwise we're kind of dying to all the bodies on the other side. Sadly, haven't found one yet. We have like what? Maybe 2 draw steps. Yeah, opponent's going for the 3-turn clock, I guess. Yeah, let's get the Ravager under there. Interesting game. We're losing for now, but any... Okay. The Ink Moth isn't quite lethal, I guess. So it must stay on defense for now. Because we could make it a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if it goes unblocked. But the construct might as well get in. Because it, again, at best blocks 1 card. Really cool game. Where's my ballista? That would probably win on the spot. Because even if they counter it, you get it under the cauldron. Honestly, these explosives haven't even been that great. It killed what? Scales and the drum. You gonna crack this? Wow, okay. That was on 0, right? Am I not better off after this? Kind of sketchy decision. Like, now they have to block more than they have to get to attack. Maybe they forgot about their tokens being 0 mana value, I don't know. Murktide Regent, interesting. We have a contender for biggest, baddest guy on the battlefield, but I got some stuff. No attacks. Did they need to fill the graveyard for the Murktide? They didn't even have it, or maybe they did have it in hand. We can give everything flying now, that's kind of sick. I just realized that that's a thing that we can do. Well, everything that has counters on it, but that's usually everything. Because there's flavor text on Soul Cauldron that says you can use any mana to do the thing. Forest is actually not terrible. Okay, if we attack with Construct, what if they do a gang block? It's pretty good for us, right? Probably just jump blocks it. Scales has so much long game inevitability, it's so cool. Your lands are threats. And these cards mean your stuff doesn't really die. Oh. On the other hand, if they somehow can kill our Ink Moth as we die. Like if they have, what, 2 fatal pushes with dead on board? I still don't know about this second explosives, but I guess they needed to get the creatures in the graveyard for Murktide. Maybe should have stayed behind there, I don't know. So how do we do this? Can shrink the Murktide. Three, 4, 5. Okay, let's do this and don't really want to get Bowmastered. Take 2 damage. 6 is kind of scary against the top hit, but we're gonna try to kill them soon, I guess. Maybe we can present lethal next turn, but might lose to interaction card. Yeah. Alright, what you got? Fatal push. I always like when the fatal push comes out. So it's so much better when I get to respond. I hope the last card isn't Bowmaster, but I wanna do this. And that. Can we get both our threats lethal next turn? Probably. Maybe not quite. We need to draw like a Sabaz or something. Really cool game. What is the Sabaz? Ravager. Something like that, I guess. So Lith doesn't really do a lot. So we can get Inkmouth to 5 counters, sacrifice 2 things. That's 7 counters. Oh, we won off again. Because with block construct we can sacrifice that too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 off again. So getting lethal, so we just try to block. I gotta pee so badly right now. Why? Energy drinks are crazy. Do we just stay on defense now? With 6. We can get the Inkmoth big enough that it just blocks the Murktide. So that's pretty good. I guess so. Can even give the construct flying for blocking purposes. Yeah, like if we attack both, they block the construct. The biggest ink mod we can make is like 9/9. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're not attacking here, which kind of sucks. Also not casting second Mausolith, I think. So we have 1 mana to activate this. Yeah. What a tight game though. Offense with Nexus, but we couldn't get it to enough this turn, unfortunately. They have 0 impact, and biggest we could make it was 9/9. Except if I missed something. Palace in the clouds. Oh, I really gotta pee. Be right back. Oh wow, they found land for the top hit. Are we dead now? Probably. Rock 2 things. Exactly 6 damage. Opponent found a line. That's exactly 6. Dang. Block here. Block here. Can't block the other cards. Or is it 5? Did I miscount? Well, never concede, I guess. Can we save the Ink Moth now? I guess we can sack the Ozolith. I think we got him then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I thought this was attacking too, but obviously it's not. Sick. One life is everything I need. The magic is happening, guys. Opponent said, well played, love it. I do like the chat on Magic Online. You just have to ignore the potential toxicity. And there we go. 10 infect. Oh my god, what a tight game. I almost thought we were dead, but I miscounted the damage that we took. And with 3 and 1, sick. Already cashing in with at least a treasure chest. See you next round. Oh, we're already here. I wanna play again. With a 2, opponent rolled a 1. K Comedina. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, that's a hand. It's a hand and a half. The only thing we want is to draw another land, because I want to cast a green spell turn 1. I could drop the Saga so we have it in the graveyard on turn 3. Let's just hope we draw 1 land by turn 3. Not the end of the world if that doesn't happen. Oh, Spire Bluff. We're hitting 5 cool matchups today. In my experience, that is basically a 50-50 matchup. Not that it's not in the regard that it's a coin flip and the decisions don't matter, but more like sometimes you win and sometimes you don't, but it's always hard fought. The opponent has the turn 1 Dragon's Rage Channel Mirror's Bubble, pretty good. But with Cauldron to nibble the Delirium away, we might just start doing that immediately. One other Echoing Deeps. I think so, because the stack's pretty hard carried by the graveyard. Would be better to just get the channeler off the battlefield. So do we cast Scale Sabbath or Cauldron? That's a question. I'll go with Cauldron, just it's been so good to have it out while they can't even spell pierce me or whatever. Eat something right away, because why not? And then we might just... This card is so good. Whenever I have the chance to kill her, I do. The Surveilling is very good card selection, and of course, it's a very good clock too, once you get to the Delirium. Alright, no place though. We did find the land and we have 2 Echoing Deeps, that's amazing. But it doesn't actually work that way because... Oh wait, no it does. You don't have to exile the card in order to copy it. Do we just make a thing? Kind of want to say yes, because they probably represent Counterspell here. Do people still play... What's a card called where everything loses its abilities? I want to say... names are so hard, oh my god. I just tapped Steam Vents. Okay, no attacks, it's good. What is the card called? Called Ron. I have not called Ron today. But if I did, he might be asleep. No place yet again, and we have a 2-2. Dress down. I'm so good at this. Lightning Bolt's avail. Shredder in the graveyard. Could have exiled it, but the construct would still have died. Time to get some very deep value going here. If you know catch my drift. The opponent fetches, they have to attack, and then we can take away something and then block. Except if they get a sorcery in the graveyard too. Not the end of the world to take 3, but... On the other hand, they can cast a Murktide here. But it'd only be a 4-4, which is not that good. They could even... Okay, they're not gonna cast Iteration. But if they change some cantrips, the graveyard's too full for Cauldron to really matter much in that regard. Which is fine, of course. Okay. I think we try to block this by just eating the creature. Okay. Sure. I guess I'm fine with that. We still probably just take 1, see if they have some more. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Is there Murktide incoming? It'd be a 5/5? No. Forest. Yeah, I guess we play Forest, cast the Scales. And counter spell his opponent. No. For now, the opponent's like trying to just control the board and let our engine resolve. This might be a really good showcase for Echoing Deeps here. Because we have basically an endless stream of dorks. And if we do get counters on them, Dress Down doesn't even help to kill them. Because like even if they lose their abilities, counters are not abilities. No creatures in graveyard, so we eat the artifact, I guess. One has 4 cards in hand, but isn't casting anything. That is quite funny to me. Let's see what they do when we cast another, or we play another Deeps. Ah, that's so good. Can we make it enter a copy of Echoing Deeps and then copy something else? How would that work? To cast the Sabas. Okay, opponent's done. That is too much. Too many with the Sagas. Dude, Echoing Deeps is kind of crazy. That being said, we might take one out. Let's take out the core. Core is good in some matchups, but not really this one. I like Relic, as we saw here, just exiling something every turn is kind of good against this deck. Let's put that in this deck, actually. And I don't really board much else in this matchup. Could play a Might if they have like Alpine Moon or whatnot. On the draw, maybe take out the Spire. As we saw here, if we don't have all these Urza Sagas going, we might get to a point where we have only cards like this and no creatures on the battlefield. Just play it like this, I guess. No Sagas, but 2 scales, 2 things. Let's try this. This is definitely a hand that can lose to the removal and counter plan, but that's just how the matchup works. I don't think you mulligan to that. Tapland Mishra's Bauble. Are they looking for a second land drop or something? Otherwise you would keep this in hand, right? Probably. Oh, that's my well, my wish, what I would like to draw here. Yeah, probably counterspell mana. Just gonna drop 2 Hardened Scales here. There's a lot of scales. I'm aware for that, but it looks like you're well on your way to 4-1. That is very true, yes. We won the first game against Murktide by having Urza Saga plus 2 Echoing Deeps. They could never beat that value. Plus we had Cauldron out to take away their Delirium, so they also had no pressure. We could just make Construct every turn, and at some point they conceded. That was kind of funny. Honestly, this deck operates so much slower when it doesn't have channel out. Even Reg Event turn 1 would have been very strong in this game, but for now they're just doodling around. Probably has another counter spell here, which is fine since we have Woods Saga again. So what do I want to get countered? I guess it's Patchwork, because slow rolling the card doesn't do much good for you. Now the question becomes, do we cast out this Sabas without a creature in play? Might be no. Oh, okay. I'm casting it then, because I have Ward and Trigger. Plus 3 counters out of Lightning Bolt range. Alright, what you got, opponent? Maybe Murktide in hand, and what else? Like no counterspell? What can it be? Only lands? That's so weird. Press down doesn't do much now, but it can kill these things. 4 mana. Could cast a 5/5 Murktide. That's not that scary. Looks like that's what they're doing here. Yeah. Like it already loses to... Oh, wow. It already loses to... What if we go Cauldron, sack Sabas, or destroy the Sabas, and give this flying? Is it enough? Because they can't kill it. We'd get from the modular 5 counters. That's 9. From the cast triggered 3. That's 12. And from the Cauldron 3, that's 15. I guess it doesn't really matter to give flying though, because Murktide also flies, right? Okay, Ravager is a bait spell. Yes. Oh, dress down. I guess that's kind of like counterspell plus draw a card. Plus also shut down some of my stuff here on the battlefield. Thankfully this can still attack, because it's gonna be a 7/7. Also, there's a timestamp thing where if we add counters now, I'm pretty sure we do get the abilities, because same layer, but Cauldron entered later. Doesn't really matter much though, we just attack with both. But that's how that would work. So if we now activate Cauldron, we can actually get the Ravager ability. Doesn't really matter, but see, it adds it still now. I like it when Murktide is in jump block mode. So this was card advantage for them, but this is card advantage for us. We can't kill them, right? Modular is turned off, otherwise we could. We can sacrifice, we get 6 more counters, but we're not gonna do that. Murktide jumps, and opponent's 12. Press down goes away. What you got? That probably went different in the opponent's head. They concede. It's over, yeah. I think they forgot that we get the counters and thought they were killing a thing in combat without modular. At 4-1, sick. Lately it's been going really well. No trophies, but 3-2 and 2 4-1s. We're opening the treasure chests like always, but for the YouTube watchers, thank you for clicking the video once again, and if you like what you see, maybe subscribe to the channel or check out the Twitch stream sometimes. Yo, 45 play points. Shield of Kaldra! Almost 1/3 of Kaldra complete. Eldrazi Mimic, he had its time. He had his time to shine, but that's long ago. You could still do it in Legacy, but I don't really see that anymore. But 45 play points is pretty good. I always like getting free drafts. Yo, Queen of the Fae. Today is a fairy day. Sculpting Steel. Silence. Kill you. 3 more. Yeah, that was sick. We're gonna do another, I think. Yo, Aurelia with Old Border. And a Cauldron. Cauldron, is that still worth something? I got my 4th Cauldron now. That's sick. Let's see how much it is worth currently. But I paid probably more. Yeah, I paid at least twice that. I bought them in that era where it was like between 40 and 50. Still pretty cool to get it. Which version is that? The cheapest one, or the middle, the one I already have. Nice. I did see Dingo play 4 Cauldrons today, but he dropped all the stirrings. I don't really like that, but you could do it if you want, of course. 2 more. Already pretty good chests today. Hashtag stonks. Flying Lifelink Haste. Adult Gold Dragon. What the fuck? Interdisciplinary Mascot. Convoke Ward 3. You enter pop one of them into your hand. Reach the multiverse. Sometimes some random cards you get here are worth something and I don't even realize it happened before. Some commander cards or whatnot. 35 treasure map. The treasure map is sick. Not played anywhere, I guess, but Rings of Bright Hearth. Oh my god, I get to copy my my Cauldron ability, which doesn't do anything because the card can only get exiled once. Alright, anyway, we're ending the video here. We are playing another league on stream, and see you next time. Thanks for watching.